Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 9th. This week, if you want to catch me live, I go live every single day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you have to do is subscribe and you will catch me live. But Aries, let's see here. I'm getting something about a switch up here. The word switch up is popping into my head. I think that's a movie. I'm not actually sure, but there's some sort of switch up going on here. It's going to lead to success, possibly, and we'll see how that happens. But this looks pretty good for you, Aries. We are going to clarify this with the Lenormand at the end, but let's see what is going on for you. Your overall energy is the Chameleon card. A lot of these cards here I would consider to be like transformation cards, or some sort of like switch up is popping into my head here, some sort of sudden change. You even have the Tower here. This first row looks a little bit scary here, Aries. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But what I would say is this is your past position. If you don't know, I do past, present, future as far as the rows are concerned. It's more of a loose spread. I read intuitively, so it's not always past, present, future. But for the most part, this is your past position. And so I feel like there is some sort of rapid change. The Chameleon, I feel like, is just saying act as if. I feel like you are actually embracing this energy very well. I do feel like there could be like very quick moving things going on for you this week, where it's like you're gonna have to like step into energies with the Chameleon spirit, where you're gonna have to maybe act as if you already are something. Like this could be like a raise or promotion at work, could be anything, but I feel like you just need to act as if. You start off with this chaos and conflict card, so I do feel, again, obviously there's some sort of conflict in this first row. Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Tower. This could represent conflict with a person in general. And to me, when the Queen of Swords shows up in a reading, I always look at the Queen of Swords as potential issues with a person at work. Again, I don't attach gender to my card, so it could be any person at work. So for some of you, this could be an issue with a person at work. Probably getting on the same page could be an issue. You have the Seven of Cups here, which is like two people who have very different ideas. But this is a general reading, so I do, and even in just intuitively, I feel like for some of you, this conflict here could be in love. And again, it's about probably giving and receiving in the relationship, and also probably kind of like where the future is headed with this Seven of Cups. It's like, this looks like maybe two people who want very different things for some of you. So that could be causing this chaos or conflict. You have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Tower in this row here. So I kept getting switch up in this first row. There's some sort of very rapid change, I feel, happening, some sort of sudden change. The Tower can represent a sudden upheaval, a sudden event that changes things in your life very significantly. The good news is you have the Star here. The Star comes after the Tower in the tarot, and the Star kind of represents healing from a Tower moment, because, it goes Tower to the Star, and that is the order that the tarot goes in. So I do feel for a lot of you that you could be healing from some sort of very difficult ending with this Ten of Swords, and you could just be going through the healing process. One thing I really like about this reading is that, again, you have this energy here, which is very messy, and again, could represent a very quick change, but it kind of looks like you're going to very easily be able to adapt to whatever this quick change is. So it's like maybe you have recently become single. I feel like you are very easily and very quickly going to adapt with this energy and your Chameleon spirit there. Maybe you lost a job, or maybe you're making some other type of change, like moving even. And I feel like you're going to adapt very quickly. You have this Antelope spirit, which says, new pathways, consider whether you are happy on your current path. I feel like some of you, this ending could be one of those moments in your life where you realize that you're just not 100% happy, Aries. I feel like this happens to us sometimes. Like, we think we want something. This is what's popping into my head, Aries, is that I feel like this past is something that you thought you wanted. It could be a relationship. And maybe this person did come back into your life, again, over here, like in the recent past, right? This way. Probably like last week's reading or something like that, or maybe like a month ago. It's like maybe someone has come back into your life, but maybe you're realizing that this is not fulfilling. Same thing with work as well. I feel like you are realizing that something is not very fulfilling, and it could be some realization that you're having with the Tower. On a certain level, I'm just getting a million things here on this first row, Aries, and I feel on a certain level, this could be a major disappointment that you're experiencing, like maybe someone gets a raise over you in work, or it's kind of like popping into my head as something like that, where you deserve something that you don't get, and I feel like that's definitely the truth for some of you. The good news is, like I said, you have the Star, the Seven of Cups, and the Fool. It's like you're spoiled for choice at this time. So I feel like you have a lot more options than you realize, and this could be a good thing. If you are, experiencing these disappointments in work, I feel like you could just be going and getting a new job, or finding something that's much better, something where you stand out. For others, again, same thing in love. You could just be finding someone, Six of Pentacles, who wants to create balance in a relationship. You could be finding that person instead of whatever this is over here. To me, this looks like, with the Queen of Swords, that potentially you were with a person where it's like they were more than happy to, take your energy or take your love. But I feel like when it comes to them giving with that sword, standing up here, it's like they weren't willing to give in a relationship situation. So I feel like some of you are kind of like over a relationship here, probably because of those reasons. And this middle row here, I feel like it's just saying that you are healing. You are looking for a new beginning. And you even go to this success card. So I feel like there is success, major success coming in for you here, Aries, major abundance as well in your life. You have the Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Personally, I love 2 6s in a reading. 2 6s to me says you're on the right path, you're going in the right direction. So I definitely like to see that. I also feel like you're kind of like moving towards improvements, and I feel like you're majorly focused on teamwork with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles together, if that makes sense. Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. Six of Pentacles isn't really a card of teamwork, but it can represent looking for something where there's more balanced give and take. And that's kind of what I feel like you are looking for in this last row, is to be with someone who has more balanced give and take. I do feel that for some of you, that a past person could try to come back once you move away. It's like this person here, it's like they have their hands out. They're like kind of trying to get money from this person, and they have something in their back pocket. And it's popping into my head as a past person for you, Aries. Again, I read intuitively, and that's what's popping into my head. So I feel for some of you, it's like there could be it's like the second you start giving to something else, that's when this past person comes back. But it's like there's still the Queen of Swords. Like I feel like they're still not open to giving. I feel like they're still very closed off, and they're not willing to give to a relationship. It's like they have nothing to offer. As harsh as that sounds, Aries, I feel like this person really has nothing to give in a lot of ways, or they're just not, maybe they're guarded in certain ways for whatever reason. And I feel like this causes and has caused a lot of conflict in your life. For some of you, I feel this like shifting energy is what I would say to you. I almost feel like you're kind of like that between two worlds card that's in this deck here. It's almost like you're in between two worlds here, where I feel with this Seven of Cups being your center card, it's like you see a lot of options that you could have, but you just don't have them yet. So it's like you're in that shifting space, if that makes sense, where it's like you don't quite have everything you desire in your life, but it's like you're getting to the point where you will be having the things you desire in the future. I do feel like there's like some sort of leap of faith that you will be taking here. And I feel like this will be pretty shocking to people with the coming up. The Fool is facing towards the Tower, but I feel like this is something that you're doing. I really feel like somebody, again, if you're moving on to a new person, I feel like this past person does not expect it at all. I feel like they are going to be surprised or shocked that you actually kind of moved away from this situation. For others, again, it could be a work situation, like a boss who really thinks that they are being very fair. I do not like the Six of Pentacles in work, because it can represent a boss who thinks like, oh, I'm paying this, oh, I'm paying you so well. Like one of those bosses that thinks they're, doing you a major favor by paying you, minimum wage or something like that. So, to me, the Six of Pentacles it can be like a card of a cheap boss or someone who doesn't pay enough, and you could be surprising them moving away. But let's clarify Between the Ten of Swords and the Star, yeah, you have the ship. The ship is the Ten of Spades, and the ship in the Lenormand could be read as the Ten of Swords. To me, they're two different systems, but in the playing cards, the Ten of Spades could be the Ten of Swords. So that's interesting. The ship represents moving, and you have a lot of boat energy here. The ship, the Six of Swords. So some of you could be like moving or traveling, or you could be deciding to move or travel. For others, you're just moving on from something. The ship is in the Lenormand is actually a good card. It's not like the Ten of Swords. It just represents going from one thing to another. And between the Queen of Swords here and the Seven of Cups, you have the Fox. Yeah, it's like this is very tricky energy. For some of you, I feel like this could be like the person or a person from the past could be a trickster. They could have been kind of like that trickster energy, or they could just be a tricky person. So I do feel for some of you, it's kind of like you're trying to get away from this, like a tricky person or a tricky energy, with these cards. Between the Tower and the Fool, you have the Eight of Hearts. This is called the Moon. The Moon is a wish. It is a dream. The Moon is actually a very good card. It can represent manifesting a dream here on Earth, or kind of getting something that you desire. So that's a good card. And, this could be part of the surprise as well. For some of you, this could be almost like a glow up energy where you are, go through some sort of falling apart with this Tower, but you have this glow up with the moon here, the Eight of Hearts, and the Fool. Between the Star and the Six of Pentacles, you have the Lily. The Lily is like a spiritual lesson. So I do feel for some of you, you have the Star card like healing, and this past stuff could be a spiritual lesson. You're seeing the lesson in it. And Six of Pentacles, again, like I said earlier, you're just looking for more balanced situations in love. So, that's pretty simple. Between the Seven of Cups here and the Six of Swords, you have the Mountain. The Mountain is definitely challenges. Seven of Cups, you have all these ideas. There are all these things that you want to manifest in your life. The Mountain is like, I need to climb this mountain to be able to manifest or have the things that I desire, or, there is some sort of obstacle. The Six of Swords just says, go through it and you will be successful. So I feel like there's like guaranteed success here. I get comments all the time where people are like, how much harder do I have to work, and all these other things. And I always say to those people, don't be so dramatic, number one. But number two, it's like let's say this took you 5 years. Let's say you want to have a mansion. Let's say you want to have a family and all this other stuff, right? And let's say I came to you and said, this is going to take 5 years of hard work, but if you do it, you get everything you want at the end of 5 years. You're not going to say no. You're going to do the hard work, right? And that's what this is right here. I feel like this is basically saying that in 5 years, as one of my favorite people of all time, Brian Tracy, he always says, in 5 years, it's going to be 5 years anyway. So it's like, why not do the work, right? So I feel like for some of you, yes, there are certain things that are going to require work with this Seven of Cups, certain things you desire, certain dreams, wishes you have. But if you climb the mountain, you will be successful. Success right here. In between the Fool and the Three of Pentacles, you have the Whip. The Whip is a card that says, don't beat yourself up over the past. It represents whipping yourself in the back. It represents just, kind of like worried about things that maybe happened in the past, or having certain guilt or concerns and all that other stuff in the past. In your top row outcome, you have the Scythe. This is the Jack of Diamonds. The Jack of Diamonds, again, represents cutting something out. So you have major kind of like cutting out energy in your reading. And the Jack of Diamonds is kind of like a good card as well, because it can kind of represent a harvest, or it can represent starting something new and making some sort of change with that card. In your middle row here, you have the Eight of Spades, which is called the Garden. The Garden represents a harvest. So like I said, you already have harvest energy here in this last row. The Eight of Spades can also represent needing a vacation. So I do feel some of you maybe just need to take a break with that Star card here. In your bottom row, Six of Diamonds. You deserve this here, Aries. The Six of Diamonds card of luck, it's called the Clover, but it really says you need to tell yourself that you deserve something here with the Six of Diamonds. It's a very lucky card, and it's a card of abundance and luck, but it represents a 4-leaf clover. And, if you were, as I always say, if you were a 3-leaf clover, or if you were a 4-leaf clover in a patch of 3-leaf clovers, all the other little 3-leaf clovers would be making fun of you, right, for having an extra leaf. But you wouldn't know that you are the symbol of luck. I feel like you need to tell yourself that you deserve something here with this energy. This could be sacrifices that you're making here in this past row, like for family or for whatever. And there are still some dreams that you have in life. I feel like this reading is just kind of more of an encouragement reading. I feel like it's kind of saying to you, Aries, you can live your dreams. You can have something, or you can live what you truly desire. And yes, maybe you're gonna have to cut things out. Yes, maybe you're gonna have to make sacrifices. Yes, maybe this might mean that people in your family call you greedy or whatever, but really you're just trying to live your best life. And I feel like that's the best thing that you can possibly do right now, is try to live your best life. Six of Diamonds says you deserve it. Like, it's a card of needing to step into the energy of deserving something, deserving greatness, basically. So I feel like that's what this reading is saying. I feel like it's saying, Aries, you deserve greatness, but I feel like you need to believe it on a very deep level. Happy. You're about to be very happy at this time here, Aries, is what I'd say to you. Blessings coming in for you. This is probably like one of the better readings I've done for you as well in a while. It's like you keep going back and forth, Aries. It's like things get really good, and then sometimes some of the readings are a little bit more challenging right here. But this is an amazing reading for you, Aries. I feel like there's a lot of blessings and a lot of good stuff coming in. So, so thank you for watching, and definitely enjoy your week.